Hello world, Dano here, stacking paper as always. Today we are reviewing The Martian Chronicles by Ray Bradbury. And this is a fix-up novel. Didn't realize that going into it, but I probably should have figured it out. Meaning it's made up of a bunch of short stories that were written well before this book was published, and then little like filler stories were put in between to kind of connect it all together into like a makeshift narrative. And if I knew that, I probably would have felt a little better about it. But going through it, I wasn't super into it, but I will say the prose definitely carried hard. Like it did a lot of the heavy lifting, because even though I didn't find a lot of it particularly interesting, the actual writing style itself was really brilliant and really funny. It's weird. This book is simultaneously extremely satirical and makes a lot of good like social commentary for the time. You can tell this book is very much like, where is America going after World War II? Like what does the future hold for us type thing. And he explores that through, meeting Martians, and just the interactions between Martians and humans, especially at the beginning, is so like bizarre. I'll give this book points for just being extremely creative. It was not at all what I expected. The Martians at the beginning of the story are like these semi like fantastical creatures who seemingly have like mind reading powers, but also not like even more than mind reading. Like they can project images, like real images that are real things in real life, just using their minds. So they're like a really advanced society that's been on Mars for like way longer than humans have been on Earth. And some of the early uses of that technology are really cool. Like this husband goes out and like kills two humans that just landed on Mars, and the gun he uses like shoots bees. Like he loads two bees, shoots them, and then when he opens up like the fucking gun to shoot the shells out, the shells are just like the dead bees that he then just squashes on the ground. It's so strange. And like they grow fruit that has wine in them, and they've got like these vapor dispensers that can like solidify clouds and form beds. Like there's all this crazy trippy stuff. Those first few chapters expeditions were really fucking cool. But it kind of just like, it doesn't link up as well, and it kind of just, I don't know, it wasn't super engaging. I also read it over a long period of time, so that could have just added to my disconnection with the book. But there is some really cool ideas though. Like even like the fall of the House of Usher. It's like this big Edward Allan Poe homage, and all the bureaucrats and shitty like pencil pushers from Earth come to try to censor this guy and shut him down. He built this massive like house full of like animatronics, like robots, and all these people think it's like an affront to religion and it's like heresy and needs to be torn down, and they're bringing people in to tear it down. And he's like, okay, but like just give it one chance. Like just look at it. I know you're gonna tear it down anyway, but like just bring all your folks and see what happens. And it's like, why would they ever do that? But they did it anyway, and he slowly kills them off in like these really fucking grotesque but creative ways, and replacing them with body doubles. It's so bizarre. But like I will say like that the creative ideas here are really cool. It's just not like a super cohesive narrative, and I guess it's not really meant to be. It's meant to be like a really fantastical potential, like hypothetical view of like what we could find on Mars, and like what is our future, and a lot of like Americana, because the people on Earth are trying to make Mars like 1950s America, and then Earth gets fucking destroyed, and then people fly back. So you kind of have these like multiple extinction events. Some of the last stories were really good too, actually. Like the one where there's like one guy, he thinks he's like one of the last people left. Doesn't think, he knows he's one of the last people left, but he's just desperately trying to find a woman. And finally a lady picks up from another like town away, and he does this big trek. He makes it to her, and he's just so happy to be around like another person, particularly a female. And then she comes out, and she's just like this super ugly, like fat, not appealing person. And immediately he just switches gears and is like, I kind of don't want this anymore. And it's like, dude, you were bitching so hard, and then all of a sudden you switched up. It's just, it's funny, man. And there's some good, like, really ahead of the curve criticism of like race relations in America, because this is like 1950. It's like pre-civil rights. Like, segregation is very much still a thing, and he has this story in there where it's just about a bunch of black people in the South of America that are like, fuck this, and they're just gonna fly off to Mars, and how all the whites in the area feel about it, and you see their egos breaking down and their superiority complexes, and it's fascinating, like, for Bradbury to be writing like that in 1950. Like, good for you, challenging America. But overall, I wasn't super. I would say I was pretty lukewarm on it, but I'll give it like a 6.5, just because the prose is really good. The prose like really got me through the book. It's kind of the opposite effect of what's happening right now with Death of the Author. Death of the Author, I think the premise is interesting and moving well, but the prose is so fucking plain. It's hard for me to get. Sorry, don't want to cross streams here, but anyway, I still think it's worth reading. Like, it's a classic. It's just not gonna be in my personal tops, like, at all. It's, you know, it's a product of the golden age, but definitely worth the read. So I was supposed to be reading Jingo as my aside book, a Discworld book, but I left it at my friend's house, and I'm not going to be back there till next week, till the next book club reunion. So I'm just hard switching. We got 1 week left in October. I'm going to read at least one spooky book. I'm going to read Something Wicked This Way Comes by Ray Bradbury, just to give him another chance, because I really did like the writing. So I'd like to see what he can do with like a real narrative. I haven't read Fahrenheit 451 either, so that's definitely on the docket. So we'll see if Bradbury can impress me with this creepy circus novel. Then I'll move on to Fahrenheit soon enough. But either way, yeah, Martian Chronicles, golden age staple, worth reading. Not anything super duper special, but definitely check it out. And thanks for tuning in. Peace.